Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is an energy update. I haven't done these for a little while. Let's see what comes through. What do the viewers need to know? Clarity, please. This is a love reading. What do the viewers need to know? Luck is on your side. Nice. The viewers need to know. It's time to release negativity. So some Scorpio energy, some Sagittarius energy. So this has to do with letting go of negativity. So there's definitely some change here. You got luck on your side. And we have a personal issue reaches resolution. Wonderful. So there's some sort of resolution in your love life. Could have to do with yourself or a person you're dealing with. Some Cancer energy. Actually, let me put these up a little bit. Get 6 in here. What do the viewers need to know about their love life? Yeah, so work through some fears. So it's a person who I feel generally feels fortunate. They feel lucky. And someone is working through their fears. So it's an energy of some sort of personal issue that someone needs to, it is coming to resolution. Someone here is definitely meditating and contemplating about two people, two fish swimming in the same direction. Beautiful. And we have, you are good enough. So I feel if it's not yourself, it could be another person. Someone here maybe feels like they're not good enough. Yeah, it's a person doing some contemplating here, and it has to do with a connection. There's a connection here. Yeah, it's a person, I feel, maybe even negative thoughts about themselves, but because it's in Scorpio energy, it has to do with transformation. So someone's going through transformation here about how they feel about themselves and about this situation. So let's have a look at luck. Why is luck on your side? Yeah, Ace of Swords, victory, truth. Someone's being enlightened here. They're seeing truth in the situation. Nice. The viewers need to know about time. It's time to release negative energy. Yeah, we have a King of Swords. So it has to do with someone speaking truth. It's a person who often has their sword up, being a little unemotionally available, but you can see this person's going through change and transformation. So there's enlightenment and truth. It's often a person who's been hurt, their sword's up, a little guarded, feeling a little skeptical here. So there's definitely been some negative thinking here. And I do feel it has to do with something personal. I mean, this is an energy of change and transformation, yeah. It has to do with people getting together, spending time together, the things that you have in common. It's a person doing a lot of thinking and often strategizing and analyzing a situation, but they are enlightened, they're seeing truth. Yeah, it's about getting together, spending time, the things you have in common. So I feel this person is definitely, I mean, it could have to do with something personal here, though. What's personal here that this person's dealing with? So it's an energy of being cautious, being careful what they wish for. Yeah, so someone who kind of was keeping things all to themselves here, keeping all those emotions in. Yeah. But it has to do with being open. And I do feel it has to do with being emotionally open and available. This is often someone who's emotionally unavailable. And it's often because they're skeptical or they've been hurt. But the enlightenment's telling me it's about going down this path. Doing things together, spending time together. This person is definitely in the energy of the transformation as being more open. They're thinking less negative. And I do feel it's more than likely about self. Yeah, this is someone who had things bothering them. Maybe they were under a lot of pressure. But you can see a situation weighing heavily on this person. 10 of Wands. Could be financial debt to pay off. But because it's a 10 of Wands, this is someone releasing it. And it could be baggage too. But it could be debt or just somebody who's got a lot of weight on their shoulders. It could be an energy. I feel for most of you, what this person is, it has to do with themselves. Thinking negative thoughts about themselves. They're very critical and judgmental of themselves. But it is a person who kind of keeps it all in. They keep it all to themselves here because they're kind of, they're skeptical about this connection, but they're contemplating this. They see there's things that you have in common. So there's a connection here. They see, I feel they know there's a connection. But they're seeing truth in this situation. Yeah, so it's their pride getting in the way. And it could be someone who has a lot of debt or a lot of pressure, or they feel they can't provide, but it's also this person's ego. See, working through the fears. Whether this situation can be long-term, whether it will go the distance. And it also has to do with success. So this person has goals, things that they've been wanting to achieve. So they are achieving something. And I do think they're letting go of maybe baggage from another situation. But it's definitely an energy of things weighing heavily on this person, very heavily on their mind. But it looks as though they're releasing it, because this is where the sun starts to shine. See, they're letting it go. It's about being more open. It's about opening up. Yeah. Definitely the energy of pride, but it has to do with goals, things that this person's hoping to achieve. They have a little bit of fear of it not going the distance. Maybe they can't provide or give you the attention that you need. But they are very goal-oriented. They're very structured, I feel, this person, strict and structured. But I do think they judge themselves rather harshly. Yeah, you can see the energy. They've been kind of holding back here. This person's been holding back, kind of exploring their feelings about this connection, how they feel. Yeah, holding back a little. Yeah, let's have a look at this. You are enough. And I feel it has to do with themselves. I mean, it could be the other way around, but let's have a look. And you could be feeling this way. Yeah, so there's been indecision, someone who was unable to move forward. They've been holding back. And I do feel it has to do with pride. I feel their pride is getting in the way. And it could be maybe they feel they can't provide. They have debt. They have a lot going on, a lot of pressure. Tell me about this King of Swords. Yeah, see, they're very guarded. This is somebody, it's about letting someone in. So there has to do with letting someone in, letting their guard down. This could be someone who's kind of pushed you away, or they're just not letting you in. And it has to do with that being emotionally available. They're very cautious. They're careful what they wish for here. Yeah, they kind of play it safe. Very analytical. But yeah, it is about letting their guard down, letting someone in. There's something personal, but it has to do with a resolution, a situation that needed to be solved. This person's very articulate. I feel they're wise. They have experience. If you chased after this person, this is where their guard may have gone up. It could be someone who feels the other person's only interested in them because of what they can provide. But the thing is, I do feel this is a person who has, I feel, reached some goals. They've achieved something, and I feel it is paying off debt. Yeah, and I do feel this energy, if they did push you away, they may be feeling responsible, like they blame themselves. Okay, this person doesn't blame you. They blame themselves. So like I say, they judge themselves quite harshly. And now we have the Three of Cups. So it has to do with people talking, collaborating, getting together. See, there's some sort of good news. Some kind of news here. But this is a person who was unable to move forward. See, they weren't seeing. The blindfold was on. There was indecision. They were unable to make a choice here, unable to make a decision. So I feel like they just haven't made any move. They've been holding back. They want to ask you out. They want to ask you out, or you've already had a date, but they're contemplating this connection. I mean, it is about connecting. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Yeah, see, it's all about financial stability, being stable. It's a person, it has to do with being able to provide, and I feel that's the thing. Their pride got in the way, or they feel if you're only interested in for that, because the Ace of Swords is that little aha moment. But you can see, I mean, they feel lucky, they feel fortunate, I feel, you know. But it's like a too good to be true energy. But it is a person grounding themselves. They are stable, and it's about looking forward, planning and preparing. See, this person's, I feel, probably didn't feel ready for this. They weren't prepared, but they feel prepared. Yeah, they're definitely stable. They do focus a lot on their finances. But it's about being guarded. It's about letting someone in. So if they pushed you away in any way, it has to do with the things you have in common going down this path. And I do see people collaborating, getting together. So there's some sort of gathering or get together here. I feel they want to ask you out. They've really been holding back though. But see, they've been exploring their feelings. It's about exploring this situation. And it has to do with pride. But it's some sort of breakthrough where they're kind of going, aha. See, what they're looking at, what they're not seeing, because they take off the blindfold and see what two people can provide for each other. Yeah, see, they're working through that fear. And I feel it has to do with, I mean, I think this person feels like they're not good enough, or they just can't give you what you need. But, yeah, tell me about the Six of Wands. Yeah, see, privacy, keeping it all in. They've been keeping this all in, keeping it to themselves. They've gone within, though. Into me I see. See, they're now seeing what they didn't see. Yeah, just sort of unable to make a decision, unable to move forward. I do feel they've been talking to people. I do see people talking, collaborating, getting together. So it's like they want to get together, and there is some sort of celebration or gathering of people here. But there's some sort of good news. See, it's about, I feel, being able to provide. I feel that's the biggest thing. But they've really gone within, and I do see that energy of privacy. So there was something, see, it's an energy of something personal. This person was dealing with something personal. It was weighing heavily on them. But it has to do with being cautious and being careful. So they were kind of keeping this all to themselves. They're very careful what they wish for. See, they're playing it safe here. Let's have a look at the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, Temperance, taking a step back, seeing differently after a period of time. This is someone who probably felt something was off. Yeah, they kind of kept it all to themselves here. It's what they were thinking as well. But they've definitely gone within. And I like that because it shows this is internal. They've gone within. But I feel it wasn't you, it was them. Yeah, see, they blame themselves. They don't blame you. And the Temperance is, a little test here. So I do feel it's an energy of, it's an energy of tempering their passions, tempering their emotions, their thoughts. See, they need to get out of their head. And they have been very internalizing this too. But it was something personal. Yeah. Tell me about this Temperance energy. See, feeling things are off. But you know what's so interesting? It's whether you're each other's type too. This person may have felt you weren't their type, or there was something not right. But yet there's a connection. See, there's a lovely connection. This is the two fish swimming in the same direction. You have a lot in common. See, and it could have to do with being very goal-oriented. They could be, looking at the things that they've achieved. And they have achieved something here too. I feel goals. They've achieved something. So it has to do with, definitely the energy of pride. Yeah, I'm going to tell you though, because of this holding back, they're not very proud of themselves for this not letting someone in or pushing you away, that guarded energy. See, they're very cautious. They're careful what they believe because they have experience. And this is why they got all up in their head. And I do feel they came across as emotionally unavailable. And the King of Pentacles can be this way as well. Yeah. Yeah. Eight of Swords. It has to do with someone thinking and thinking and thinking. Doing the same thing over and over again. Rinse and repeat. See, they need to get out of their head. And this person knows this too. But it has to do with doing the same things. This is someone, whatever it is that happened that was bothering them, something personal. They don't want this to ever happen again. But you can see it's about getting out of their head, breaking free from the things that are holding them back. So this is somebody who's been stuck in this energy, holding back. But yet they can't get you out of their head. Because I do think you are each other's type. There's something here. It's two people who are very much the same, but just a little different. So it's doing things different, trying things different. See, you're different than their usual type. And it could be their pride getting in the way. If you are more successful in this person too, they might be feeling, you know, they may be feeling, you know, like, oh, because they are a provider type. But it's about seeing that two people who provide for each other. It's about teaming up, working together, being a team. So they're kind of looking, seeing what they didn't see, because after a period of time they now see. But it's the things that have been holding them back here. Yeah, feeling kind of sad, like there's not a lot of hope. So there was definitely something bothering this person that was making them sad. With the Five of Cups, they weren't seeing the Two of Cups. They didn't see it. They didn't see the connection because they had so much going on. Weight on their shoulders, pressure. Things weighing heavily on them, but it is being released. Tell me about the Three of Cups. Why is the Three of Cups here? Yeah. Oh, look at that. See, it's about coming together. Some sort of get-together gathering. There's an opportunity coming up. And I do feel this person is, you know, looking at this energy. They're getting out of their head. There definitely was sadness, but I feel like it's being released. It's a person who kind of felt like there wasn't a lot of hope. I mean, if it was debt or whatever it was something personal. Like I say, it wasn't you, it was them. So the Five of Cups is, you know, feeling kind of hopeless here, but you can see it's a temporary energy. And this person has achieved a goal. And it's the financial stability, but it's about partnering up. It's about being a partner, something long-term, see success, what two people can provide. It's two people who are there for each other through thick and thin. This is long-term stability. But I feel their biggest fear is, will this go the distance? So somebody was a little afraid to move forward and unable to make a decision. Now, if you're in that energy and you have a choice and you're the person, you may be feeling that there's not a lot of hope for someone of it going the distance yourself. But it's about trusting your inner knowing. See, this is that energy of that inner knowing, already knowing the answers, you know, that you're seeking. But I feel it has to do with, and it is possible if you have a choice between two, one of these may not go the distance. It is possible if there's two, but it has to do with pride, planning, preparing, providing, coming into a situation. See, temperance, somebody's temperament, you know, and it's all about hoping for the best because they are going within. So it is an energy of overcoming. Yeah, see, this is about being emotionally available, letting someone in. It's about emotional intimacy. So there's something personal this person was dealing with. And they are overcoming it. So you can see now we have the King of Cups, someone who's available. Now, if you have choices, I got to be honest, you may not see this coming. It probably is just this person, but I do see some of you having a choice to make, and it's yourself. Yeah. This King of Cups is a person so full of emotion. See, they keep it all in. And you can see they've kept it all in. They kept it to themselves. It's how they were feeling. But now they're feeling differently. They see things different. You're different than their usual type, too. This is the thing. But it is about whether you're each other's type. Tell me about temperance. Yeah, so it's a person who's, you know, taming the beast, you know. It has to do with getting out of their head. It's about feeling confident, see kindness, compassion. So someone here may be wanting forgiveness. It is an energy often of forgiveness, but it's also someone's inner strength. This person's actually someone who is generally very confident and very capable. They can usually handle anything that comes their way. So very nice energy. Yeah, it's just an energy of a personal resolution. Something personal. Tell me more about the king. Oh, this person, yeah, it's a person becoming an emperor. Look at that. So this is generally just one person. It is about overcoming goals, things that they've achieved. See, it's an energy of luck on your side, feeling lucky. So this is energy of some kind of luck. And this is a person having a breakthrough too, because it is also an idea. Trying something different, doing things different. But this is a person who's achieved some goals, an emperor. Now, it could be where they kept that a secret. It could be, some of you, it's a person who should have told you the truth. And if they felt you were chasing after them, that you were only interested in what they can provide. Interesting. The Emperor is someone who makes things happen. So it has to do with this person making something happen here. Ooh, they've achieved a lot of goals, whoever this is. I do see stability and partnering up, but it has to do with long term. Yeah, whether this will go the distance. Tell me more about the Emperor. Yeah, so there's definitely been some chaos, conflict, drama. It's definitely somebody who's not interested in drama. King of Pentacles under there, but it's what this person's overcome. They've overcome a lot. Chaos, conflict, drama. Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised too, there is an emperor here. There could be competition. So I still feel some of you, there's this energy of a person wanting forgiveness. Maybe you've already forgiven this person because, like I say, it was something personal, something private. See, there's a lot of inner turmoil. This is probably just internal energy, this inner turmoil, you know, and it could have to do with different temperaments, two people conflicting personalities. They were dealing with something here for sure. But yeah, if you are that person who's having a hard time making a decision, one of these is an emperor, and this is an emperor manifesting all the energies of the kings for some of you. But others of you, there's choices that need to be made. It has to do with someone who's your type, but definitely that forgiveness here. But it's an energy of feeling confident. Somebody here definitely starting to feel confident, but there was likely a lack of confidence here too. And it could be conflicting personalities, and if there is competition, there could be some jealousy here. Definitely with an emperor is someone who would never let you know. But I feel like it's inner turmoil, what this person's been dealing with. Yeah, and the Three of Wands sees this energy of just kind of waiting. So this could be someone here who's aware that you're waiting, but to me, this looks like a person who's achieved goals, and it has to do with expansion, financial expansion, things that they've been hoping to achieve. And I do feel someone has achieved to this. But it's what two people can achieve together. And that's what I feel this person's looking at, what they didn't see. Yeah. Wow. Three of Wands. Yeah. So you can see a situation has ended. There's that energy, a personal resolution coming to an end. So it's the end of chaos, conflict, drama. And I do feel this person may have ended a relationship. It's very possible. Someone who's not ready to let someone in. So if that's your story, it is all this all these fives are over. It's done. But this is inner transformation too. Now there could be external things happening with this person where they're overcoming a lot of challenges and obstacles. But this is, I feel like you've got this emperor, this is someone who can generally handle anything that comes their way. But I still feel there's someone here, it has to do with whether they're good enough. It's someone who doesn't feel like they're good enough. So it's like they feel they need to achieve. It's almost like an overachiever to do this, to impress you. And that's what I feel it is. And it could be this person's first impressions of you. And they kept it all in. But I can tell you right now, that is that personal resolution. Yeah. It was this person. It wasn't you, it was them. And I can tell you that right there. Yeah, see, it has to do with this person. See, a little test reaching out to see if you're interested. Yeah, I definitely feel some of you are, there is someone here, if you are making a choice, you're no longer feeding someone's ego. You're no longer talking to someone, or they're not. And I do see an ending, but it is about giving and receiving. It's about being generous with feelings, emotions, their time. It's about sharing. So there's an energy of sharing something here. And I do think this is someone who wasn't ready to share. It was very personal. So it's definitely the energy of not letting someone in. It's a person who wasn't ready. Now they feel more prepared. Look at that Page of Cups, feeling a little apprehensive. See, keeping it in, not really having a whole lot to say. So at this point, I feel you're probably not talking to this person, or they're just breadcrumbing a little. There's a little apprehension. Yeah. But I do think this person's going to reach out. Do you want to go for a cup of coffee? Do you want to do something? Do you want to get together? So they're getting out of their head and they're about to make a decision. Look at the Empress. See, you're different than their usual type. That's why I feel this is, I mean, it could be the death of the ego, where this person's ego got in the way. Because when I see that with the Six of Wands, that's often that energy. And it does look like this person had a lack of confidence to do with themselves here. So that's where I feel. I mean, whatever it is that happened here, this person was kind of not talking a lot, not saying a whole lot, because it was something personal they were dealing with. But you're different than their usual type, the Empress. See, this is about whether you're open. So I do feel this is a person going to reach out. Whoever it is you're dealing with, some of you you're dealing with different people, so just take what resonates. But I do see the Empress often kind to compassion. There could be forgiveness, there could be something understandable, but whoever this is, they can't stop thinking about this. And it is about breaking free from what's holding them back, because this is somebody who was holding back. It's like they wanted to ask you out. I mean, there may have already been a get-together or gathering, and they held back. And it likely took all their strength to do so. But now this person's feeling more confident. See, I feel we have this energy of, I feel this is somebody who's been humbled, because now they see, if you weren't chasing after them, that you are someone who provides for yourself. But this person's more concerned, I feel, about what they can provide. I mean, it's just a person who has that natural energy of needing to provide. Yeah. I'm going to pull out one more card, but there it is. You're about to receive, and it has to do with whether you want this or not. You may not see this coming. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Expect powerful change. Look, they're going to make a powerful move, but expect powerful change. Ooh, and I do see this person has achieved goals. I see financial goals too. Some of you got luck coming in. But look at that energy. That aha is that breakthrough. This person going aha. So I feel they were talking to people. They found something out. There's good news. But there's also some sort of get-together coming up here. And it's going to be powerful change. So it's time to breathe out. See, this person letting go of negative thoughts. I feel they're thinking negative more about themselves. Very judgmental, more critical of themselves. But there it is. This is somebody, breathe out. So just breathe out. Just breathe. I feel like for the feminine, you don't really have to do anything. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think you're going to see this coming. Because this person's going to suddenly make a powerful move and reach out. Yes, there's going to be adjustments that are needed. There will be adjustments. And this has to do with lifestyle habits, how things move forward. But there's been adjustments, I feel. Yeah, but there could be more adjustments here. Yeah, and this person knows it's time to be bold. See, time to take action. It's about making a move. So they know they need to take action. If some of you have other people around you and this person knows, they know they need to hurry up and move. Yeah, interesting. Very bold, and that's the whole point. They need to make a powerful move. And I do think this person is somebody powerful, maybe a person of authority. And it could be where they just have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of weight on their shoulders. But it is about this person reaching out. Now, some of you have someone here, I do feel, if you are the person making a decision that you're not going to talk to, you're not going to feed their ego anymore. So I can see that. And I do see you being strong about that and firm. But this other energy of this Emperor, I mean, this is two people generally coming into alignment here. So let's have one more card and we'll wrap this up. Yeah, emotions will be running high. You can see this person's all in their feelings, all in their emotions. They want to take action. This is something worth fighting for. But this person's overcome a lot of challenges. And I do see an ending, something ending. And it could be a person ending another relationship. But every ending leads to a new beginning. And I love this energy because that's the energy here. I'm like kind of blown away by this because expect powerful change, very powerful energy. And this person is definitely in that energy because the Emperor shows up after all these energies underneath. But it all depends on who you're connecting with. If you've got someone who keeps coming back around and pushing you away, this is likely yourself breaking free. And you have a change coming where you actually have a person coming in who's emotionally available. If you've had a person who cut you out or they keep doing this, this is, I feel, yourself breaking away. Whether you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. It's either or. But there is going to be a victory, and it's a person victory. What have I got to lose? They're just going to go for it here. But whoever they are, they've overcome a lot of obstacles and challenges here. And all this stuff is coming to an end. All these fives, the conflict, the drama, whatever it is, it's finished. So, powerful change. So this, I feel for this, the best thing to do with the Empress usually is just still. Just be still. This person will decide when they're ready. But when they do, I feel it's, you may not see it coming. Yeah. Take care, and we'll see you soon.